Hello students, today we will continue with the features, problems and policies of agriculture. In the last session, I explained you meaning, importance and problems of agriculture. Today, I'll explain suggestions to improve agriculture productivity, land reform and causes of slow progress of land reform. So let's begin with suggestions to improve agriculture productivity. Many suggestions can be given to solve Indian agriculture or to raise the agricultural productivity. Some of them are: number one, control over population. Growing population is the main cause of low productivity in Indian agriculture. Therefore, there is a great need to control over population. It will reduce the subdivision and fragmentation of holdings. As a result, agricultural productivity will also increase. Next, more use of HYV and chemical fertilizers. Indian farmers must use high-yielding variety of seeds and chemical fertilizers in their fields to raise agricultural productivity. Next, more irrigational facilities. Small, medium and large irrigational schemes need to be developed to reduce the dependence on rain. In this way, more irrigational facilities will lead to increase in agricultural productivity. Fourth point is more use of modern techniques. Indian farmers, they are still using the old techniques, which results in low productivity. So Indian farmers must use modern agricultural tools in order to raise the productivity. Implementation of land reforms. To increase agricultural productivity, land reforms need to be implemented effectively. Land reform programs such as ceiling on land holding, end of zamindari system, consolidation of holdings, etc. must be implemented immediately. Number 6, cheap credit policy. Adequate credit facilities must be provided to the farmers at lower rate of interest. As a result, farmers will be able to purchase more equipments. In this way, cheap credit policy will have favorable effect on agricultural productivity. Next, very important, proper marketing policy. The farmers must get proper price of their product. For this purpose, cooperative societies and cooperative markets should be established. Means of transportation need to be developed from rural areas to the market. It will lead to increase in agricultural productivity. Number 8 point, training facilities to the farmers. Government must provide proper training facilities to the farmers. It will be helpful to the farmers to know the modern techniques. As a result, agricultural productivity will also enhance. Number 9, development of cottage and small scale industries. The pressure of population on agriculture need to be reduced. For this purpose, cottage and small scale industries should be developed. National insurance scheme. Indian farmers have to bear many types of risks like lack of rain, flood, disease, and pests. There is a great need to secure the farmers from their risks. For this, national insurance schemes must be implemented effectively. Technical progress is not possible without institutional or land reforms. After independence, government has adopted various institutional policies. The main institutional policies or land reforms are: number 1, abolition of the zamindari system. You all must have heard about the zamindari system. It was the main cause of exploitation of the tenants and backwardness of agriculture. All these intermediators were abolished during first and second plan. As a result, 2.5 crore tenants became the owners. They directly contacted with the government. Consequently, cultivable wasteland had come under the ownership of the government. This surplus land had been distributed among the landless laborers it has led to the increase in agricultural area and production. Second land reform was ceiling on land holdings. Ceiling on land holding means to determine the maximum limit or ceiling on cultivable land for a person or a family. Surplus land is distributed among the landless. The main objectives were to remove inequality in agricultural distribution, to reduce inequality of income, to reduce the lease system of land, and to distribute land to the landless. Next land reform was tenancy reform. In tenancy system, the owner of the land does not cultivate, but land is given for cultivation on land. In fact, some exemptions were given in various zamindari abolition legislations. Widow, minor, military men, disabled can get their land cultivated by the tenants. It is called tenancy system. Do not get confused with zamindari system. About 40% cultivation is under this system in India. The condition of the tenants in India was not good. To improve their condition, the following laws were made: exemption from rent, no eviction from land, compensation to the tenants, fixation of rent, check on gifts. These were made. Now next is cooperative farming. Indian government has encouraged cooperative farming. Under this system, owners of small pieces of land perform cultivation jointly. As a result, the fields of the farmers become large and they can use good quality of seeds, fertilizers, and irrigational facilities. There is no exploitation by the mediators. Agriculture production increases, the income of the farmer increases, and their standard of living becomes high. Next is consolidation of land holdings. Consolidation means the land system in which small and scattered land holdings of a farmer is converted into a big farm. Consolidation of holdings was started in first 5-year plan. In all the states, the progress of consolidation is not equal. Consolidation of holding is over in Haryana and Punjab. It is about to compare in Uttar Pradesh. About 620 lakh hectares of land has been brought under consolidation. Bhudan movement. This movement was launched by Vinoba Bhave in 1951. It is one of the great events in the land of reforms of independent India. In this, an appeal is made to the people for land donation by Bhudan movement. In this way, the acquired land is distributed among the landless farmers. So these were the land reforms. In India, land reforms programs were started with enthusiasm, but adequate success could not be achieved in this direction. The main reason were: number one, lack of political will. Some big landlords had influence in politics. They were not interested in the effective implementation of land reform laws because they did not have benefit in it. Second, different land reform laws. In India, land reform laws are different in different states. These are very complicated. It is very difficult to implement these laws together at the national level. Third point, influence of big landlord. The big zamindars had great influence on the farmers in rural areas. As a result, they got success to ignore and land reform laws. Number 4, lack of organization. There's a lack of organization among the tenants and the agriculture laborers, so they are unable to get the land reforms implemented. Number 5, lack of finance. The states have lack of financial resources to implement the land reforms programs. Number 6, absence of record. It is impossible to take any action unless the owner of the land is known. In the absence of record, it is very difficult to implement the land reform laws. Last but not the least is illiteracy. Indian farmers are illiterate. They are not aware of the benefits of land reforms. They don't cooperate the government. Now, suggestions for making land reforms successful, because otherwise technical progress is not possible without institutional reforms. Number one is financial help. Tenants must be provided the sufficient help at low rate of interest. Second, efficient administration. There must be efficient administration to implement the land reforms laws. New land record. The latest land records need to be prepared. Number four, establishment of land reforms tribunals. Land reform tribunals must be set up to decide cases regarding land disputes. Here, farmers should be provided legal help at nominal charges. Number five, to remove defects. Defects of land reforms must be removed. Number six, effective implementation. Land reform programs of the government should be implemented honestly and efficiently. In fact, these reforms need to be implemented properly. If there is strong willpower to implement land reforms throughout the country, then the obstacles will be removed. This is all for today. Thank you. Take care.